Imagine a vegetable garden that towers over you, yields massive harvests, and completely skips the exhausting chore of starting new seeds every spring. This is the purple tree collard. It is a rare, perennial brassica that easily reaches 8 feet tall and keeps producing sweet, edible greens for up to 10 years. To get one of these established, you need to learn 2 things today: how to map out a high-yield, bio-intensive raised bed, and how to properly propagate your very first cutting. Step 1 is gathering your supplies. You will need a tape measure, a clean, sharp knife, and a pot of nutrient-rich compost. Once you master these 2 techniques, you no longer have to rely on the expensive cycle of purchasing and starting annual seeds year after year. First, we need to map the footprint of the bed. Find a spot in your garden that receives exactly 7 to 11 hours of direct sunlight each day. Now, mark out your growing area. The length can be 5, 10, or 20 feet to make the math easy, but the width must be strictly between 3 and a maximum of 5 feet. The absolute minimum space you want is a 3 by 3 foot square. Planting at this specific density allows the leaves to touch as they grow, forming an internal, protective mini-climate that holds in moisture and regulates soil temperature. The maximum width of 5 feet is a hard physical limit. If you build a bed any wider, your arms won't reach the center, and you will have to step inside the growing area to tend to the plants. Stepping on the soil crushes it. It places your entire body weight right over the plant's delicate root systems, which physically cuts off their air and water supply. Instead, the goal is to cultivate a structure that acts like a living sponge cake. This loose, highly aerated soil ensures that roots can easily penetrate downward, while a steady stream of nutrients flows up into the stem. Staying strictly within these spatial boundaries is the mathematical way to ensure your soil stays aerated, guaranteeing decades of continuous perennial yields. Next is the physical excavation. Standard backyard tools are built for general landscaping, but they often struggle to create the precise, aerated structure these beds need to thrive. Your first mandatory tool for the initial soil loosening is a high-quality D-handled spading fork. Next, you need a D-handled flat spade. This is your precision tool for defining the bed's borders and excavating the dirt to an equal depth. The D-handle forces you to maintain a straight, direct posture while digging. This alignment prevents backstrain during the hours required for bed preparation. A standard curved shovel digs in an uneven, V-shaped pattern. The flat spade ensures that every single point across the bottom of your bed is dug to the exact same depth. This flat edge also carves mathematically perpendicular sides into the earth. That straight drop allows the plant's roots and irrigation water to flow straight down without hitting angled compaction walls. Choosing the correct tools dictates the entire subterranean architecture of your garden. You are building the physical life support system that will sustain your plants for the next 10 years. With the bed mapped out, we move to the biological phase. Because the purple tree collard is a perennial, it rarely flowers, meaning it doesn't produce reliable seeds for traditional planting. To grow one, you must propagate it through cuttings. Your first step is to locate an established, mature mother plant. Look closely at the branches and identify a healthy, vibrant side shoot that has about 6 large leaves attached to it. Using your sterilized, sharp knife, make a clean slice directly at the base of that chosen shoot. Now for the most critical step. Strip away all of the large lower leaves, preserving just 1 or 2 small ones at the very top. Those large leaves act like solar panels that constantly evaporate water. Without a root system to pull in replacement moisture, keeping those leaves attached will cause the cutting to quickly dry out and die. Take that newly bare stem and plunge it deep into your prepared pot of nutrient-rich compost. Place the pot in a sheltered area. Direct sunlight will scorch the vulnerable stem, so consistent shade and steady soil moisture are mandatory while it recovers. This precise trauma and recovery cycle triggers a biological response. The stem redirects all of its survival energy away from maintaining leaves and forces it into aggressive, anchoring root growth. Over the next few months, a dense root system will develop. Once established, you can safely transplant the collard directly into your prepared bio-intensive bed. When the plant is fully grown, you get your culinary reward. Pull off the massive leaves and strip out the tough central veins to prepare for cooking. Tear the leaf sections into pieces. Toss with sunflower and sesame oil, a pinch of sugar and salt. then roast at 180 degrees Celsius for 7 minutes to create perfectly crisp chips. Applying methodical precision to your soil excavation and stem preparation takes patience up front. But once that work is done, you've established a perennial system that produces a reliable harvest for a decade.